Hello, my people. Robert the Realtor here today, back with episode 3, Finding the Right Home, Must-Haves and Nice-to-Have. So let's talk about this. Welcome back to the First Time Home Buyer series. We're jumping into episode 3. One of the biggest mistakes first-time homeowners make is falling in love with the wrong thing. The paint color, the countertops, the staging, etc. And the stuff is great, but that does not always mean that that home is a good fit. So let's start with your must-haves. So before you step into a house, kind of make a simple list of the must-haves that you must have. So let's say number of bedrooms. I know a lot of times we have people in like Columbia and places like that. The school district makes a big difference, and around in these small rural areas the same way. A yard for pets, we found that too. You know, sometimes they need fences in the backyard. A safe neighborhood that maybe you feel good in, and maybe it has to do with, you know, your commute time as far as how far it is from where you work. So you need to make that list and make sure they're non-negotiables. Then look at the nice to haves. Okay, so we're going from must to haves to nice to haves. The nice to haves would be possibly updated kitchens, walk-in showers, fancy light fixtures. Some people think, you know, countertops, cabinets, certain color, or even certain type of flooring. You know, the differences between LVP or carpet. Those are your nice to haves, but don't let those distract you from the must have. So what we really need to do is look beyond the cosmetics. The cosmetics are the small things. The big ticket items that we talk about a lot when we're looking at houses is things like the roof, HVAC, windows, foundation, plumbing, electrical. Those are the expensive things that you know, that could come up, and so those are super important. And don't forget location. Of course, you know, you can remodel a house, but you can't remodel a neighborhood. So you got to make sure that the schools, traffic, today's world, make sure it has fiber internet, etc., things like that as well, to make it fit for you. And then kind of, I was going to say fit for your needs, and then kind of you want to talk about a little bit. Start with your budget. So it's what we find a lot is, you know, people walk into houses and then we get in feedback from those houses that we have listed, and they say, well, it's over their budget. Well, that's kind of one of the things you need to know, which we talked about pre-approval and pre-qualifying yesterday, is the type of house you can afford. So don't walk into houses that are $20,000 or $30,000 over your budget, and that's just going to make it harder for you as far as your home buying is concerned. So make sure you have that budget and you stick within it. Okay, and you can have a variance. We've had them, you know, say 275 up to, you know, probably 290 is our top, but then they'll tell us what their must-haves are. Okay, so that's kind of the difference in episode 3 on must-haves versus nice-to-haves, which I think is really cool. If you ever want help building that list, or want me to walk you through some homes, you know, reach out to us anytime. Robert the Realtor, Scott Knox will be happy to help you with those, because that's exactly what we do all the time. And appreciate you kind of tuning in, and look forward to episode 4 tomorrow. So hopefully you got something out of this. I appreciate your time today, guys. Robert the Realtor out.